Welcome back to Red Sox from Fort Myers, presented by Jordan's. Well, a lot happening on the field for the Red Sox in 2015, but a lot happening in the front office as well. Of course, the Red Sox hiring President of Baseball Operations Dave Dombrowski, and they also promoted from within. Sam Kennedy is now the team president. He joins us now on set. Busy 2015 for you. It's almost like the offseason was kind of a break.
Yeah. The end of 2015, there was obviously a lot of transition with the news in August that Larry was going to be stepping back from the day-to-day. That, of course, had been in the works for a long time. And then we brought in Dave Dombrowski to oversee our baseball operations group. So there was a lot of change. Things have gone very well. And that did lead into an extremely busy winter season at Fenway, which we were glad is now over, and we're preparing for baseball. But we had a great series of events, and it was a lot of fun to see that ballpark in use in a time of year where it's normally dark and quiet.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a minute, but first let's talk about what you see on the field here. And you see, we were talking about not a ton of moves made by the Red Sox in the offseason, but huge ones. You got David Price and Craig Kimbrell, and then you look out there and you see some of the other additions, and something to get excited about.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, what was great about Dave coming in when he did in August was the chance to evaluate the needs, and I think he pointed out very quickly some moves that needed to be made. We needed to bolster that rotation, and to go out and to acquire a guy like David Price really helped set the tone for a year. I was talking to Jason Varitek the other day. We haven't had that guy to give the ball to and just sort of set that rotation in order. So his arrival, coupled with the addition of Craig Kimbrell at the back of the bullpen, the trade he made with Seattle, bringing in Carson Smith and Ronis Elias, I think is going to be one that people look back on and say, wow, that was a really great deal. And then getting that fourth outfielder in Chris Young, which was a need. So he really just sort of established the needs and then checked the box, but not a huge amount of moves, but very impactful, as you said.
And you didn't have to make a lot of moves from a position player standpoint, because you have all these young players who were so successful in 2015. You must be excited to see what they'll be doing this year.
Yeah, it's been great to see Mookie and Xander and JBJ here early in camp. They all look a year older, a year stronger, clearly taking their off-season workouts very seriously. We have an incredible young core of players here in Boston, which is so exciting for our fan base, so exciting for the front office, and the ability to mix in free agent players coming in to complement that young group of core positional players is terrific. And then we've got obviously David coming back for his last season, and Dustin Pedroia, the glue of everything. Hopefully he'll be healthy, and it's just an exciting time of year, obviously, when you get going down here in spring training.
It's a pretty exciting offseason at Fenway Park as well. You just had Big Air, you had Irish hurling, you had Notre Dame and Boston College football, all of these things at Fenway Park, and you think about what Fenway was 20 years ago, and to see all of this today is just amazing.
Well, it all started with the commitment to stay at Fenway. Obviously, back in 2005, we officially announced that we were going to stay at Fenway. John Henry, Tom Werner invested $300 million of Fenway Sports Group money into the facility, working very closely with the city of Boston to preserve and protect Fenway for that next generation. Our generation grew up at Fenway Park. The next generation of New Englanders will have Fenway Park for their experience, which is terrific. And now that the ballpark is done, the renovations are complete, we have a goal of establishing Fenway as the most beautiful ballpark in America, but also one of the preeminent sports and entertainment destinations in North America. So to bring in college football was terrific, to have some high school football, some Irish hurling, skiing, snowboarding.
I got an education on that.
Yeah, it really has been great, and we're thankful to Mayor Walsh and everyone at the city for working with us to bring these blue chip events to Boston, and it's hopefully something that we can continue.
And the Red Sox had an opportunity to host an event down here in Florida with Commissioner Rob Manfred. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it was great of Commissioner Manfred and some members of his team to come down last night for the governor's dinner to sort of officially kick off spring training. We're so lucky to be down here in Lee County. We've got this beautiful, I say new facility, believe it or not, this is our fifth year of JetBlue Park at Fenway South. We've got the minor leagues and the major leagues together, which of course is different from what we had before. We've been here in Lee County since 1993, 5 years into our new deal. We'll, at the end of that lease, we've got 25 more years. We will have been here for 50 years. Not sure if you and I will even be around at the end of that lease.
Oh, maybe we will, yeah. Don't sell us short.
but it's great. We've got a lot of teams on the west coast of Florida. We do make a few trips across the state. There are a number of new facilities in Arizona as well. So I think it was important to Commissioner Manfred, number one, to kick off spring training, but number two, to thank the government officials who have created these brand new facilities to keep baseball in Florida. This is a great place for spring training. Paul Molitor was talking about last night the difference between Arizona and Florida, and different folks prefer different places. Obviously, we prefer Florida, but it's a great place to be for 8 weeks.
Well, I know a lot of the fans certainly appreciated being here because we've seen a lot of people here in the first couple of days, which is nice to see. Red Sox President Sam Kennedy joining us here on Red Sox from Fort Myers. We talked about the new additions, David Price. We will hear from David Price coming up.